All right, so I'm sitting on the floor because I felt like it, and I feel like I had to move random things so it didn't look like trashy back there because I had like lighting equipment. It just, I don't know. Anyway, we're doing natural light as well, and I still feel like it's a little dark, but just bear with me because we are chilling together today, and we are going to talk about new makeup releases. I took a bunch of screenshots, and I don't know, man, there's some interesting launches. Some that I'm super excited about that I feel like I haven't heard anyone talk about, and then there are others that, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're questionable, to put it nicely. So we've got drugstore, we got all kinds of stuff. Let's start with Ulta things. So Essence just came out. I feel, boy, I'm coming in so fast to the video. I never get to it this quickly. I don't know how to react. Anyway, Essence just launched their 16-hour Cover and Last powder foundation. I don't know if Essence had a powder foundation previously. I don't feel like, I know I'd never tried it if they did, but I tend to like a lot from Essence, man. They tend to kill it, and the pricing on it is always right. Like, this is $5.99. Let me see how many shades they have. I'm kind of curious about that. So I don't know if it hasn't launched because it says email me when in stock, but none of the things are in stock. So I just kind of wonder. Looks like at least on here, there's only 8 shades, but the number goes much higher. So I wonder if you buy it elsewhere, you can get more shades. I'm not sure, but I just like powder foundations. I'm totally down to try one from the drugstore. It says it's lightweight, but high coverage with a matte finish. It sounds like the e.l.f. Camo, except for I would not call the e.l.f. Camo a lightweight powder foundation. It definitely has some like heft to it, but I just love it. Also, if you feel like I'm being awkward, it's because I am. We have like 15,000 people here. We have my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law and Genevieve and Felicity and Tyler, and they're all right there talking. So I feel weird. Also, this powder foundation says that it's waterproof. Interesting. I remember years ago doing a video where I tested waterproof makeup, and I literally went in the shower and sprayed water all over my face. And I was certain, I'm embarrassed to even share this. I was certain that I was like, this video is going to go up and that's going to be it. That's going to be my big break. Why would that be it? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is awesome. I had not heard anyone talk about it. It's the Maybelline Shadow Blocks eyeshadow palette. $13.49 on Ulta. And it looks like, at least on here, there's 5 different options. And they're these little trios of eyeshadow, but it's very, very reminiscent of the Kaja little bento trios, where it's the exact same thing. 3 shadows that go together that are stacked on top of each other. This is the same thing. This is just a square instead of a circle. Oh, that's cute. Each name is like an actual, I'm assuming New York, like West 4th and Perry Street, an actual block. Shadow blocks, get it? That's cute. North 3rd and Bedford Avenue. I'm sure this is super fun if you know New York really well. The one I'm looking at is 82nd and Park Avenue because it's, guess what? Neutral. But there's another neutral one called North 3rd and Bedford. There's kind of a rosy one, West 4th and Perry. So they all look kind of interesting. There's one that has some green. There's one that has some purple. I just think it's fun and it's unique for the drugstore. And it just, doesn't that just sound cool? Also, I couldn't be bothered to put on makeup today, you guys. It's been quite a kind of busy day. Today's actually Tyler's and my anniversary as well. So we went out for a quick little lunch today, which was nice. But I just feel like there's so much we need to get done this week that I can't. I feel like I say this in every single video. I can't focus. I can't focus, you guys. Okay, so Essence also launched the highlighter, and they're $3.99. It says Luminous Glow, and there's 4 different shades on here. One is like a pink that looks like, for me, it would look like a blush. I'd probably get the shade Mesmerizing. But anyway, $3.99. I really like the other Essence highlighter, the Be My Highlight one that I've had forever, ever, ever. So I would consider it. By consider it, I mean it's in my cart. I'm definitely buying it. Also, I saw that e.l.f. launched their Luminous Putty Blush. I like their putty blush, just their standard line, well enough, but I'd always wanted a little more glow to it. So now they have a luminous version. I'm like, so like I said, I like the putty blush enough. I don't love how small the pot is because I feel like if I'm using a little bit of a fluffier brush, it's harder to evenly coat my brush. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal, but it's just something that for me, I'm like, but nonetheless, this looks really pretty. Honestly, the shade I will probably, Maui looks pretty because it's really light, so I feel like I could pile a lot on. But Bermuda, the pink one, is probably another one I would get. And those, by the way, are $7. Why did I think those were like $4 or $5? Okay, I got tagged by a lot of you guys on this. This is all Essence stuff. It wasn't intentional, but they're just launching a lot. their Lash Princess liner. Yeah, you heard that right. So they have their normal Lash Princess that looks like this that I really like, their mascara. And now they have a liquid liner. So they have it with the green is their regular liquid liner, and then they have blue writing, and that one's waterproof. So tempted to try both, honestly. I might actually just opt for the waterproof because I feel like with liquid liner, it's kind of nice to have waterproof, especially when it's hot out, because if you've got a little wing, you don't want that like running or getting smudged and stuff. And so I'm excited. $4.99. It does have like a thicker tip. So I feel like for some people that's going to turn them off just because, you know, I feel like a little harder to work with. I like a thicker line, so I don't mind it, but I don't think that would be for everyone. I have to wonder if they will eventually launch another one with like a thinner, you know. But that's smart of them to capitalize on the whole Lash Princess thing. A lot of people like that. It's kind of becoming a very known product of theirs. And it's kind of like e.l.f. They know that their camo stuff did well, so they're putting camo on everything. Tarte knows that their Shape Tape, I almost said Shape Sealer, but they know their Shape Tape did well, so they're putting the Shape Tape name on a lot of things. Like, makes sense. Speaking of exactly that, at Ulta, I saw Tarte has their Shape Tape Glow Bronzer. Now, this is a case where I'm like, what does Shape Tape have to do with this bronzer? I mean, you could make an argument for it, but it just made me laugh. I'm like, all right, we might be stretching a bit, but it's super glowy. Honestly, what does this remind you of? This makes me think of it slipped my mind, the Milani glowy powders, like their bronzers, their blush, you know, the kind of baked ones. Looks a lot like those, doesn't it? So that's kind of one of those things I'm like, $29 seems a little high, considering I feel like most of the brands on Tarte's level would be putting that at like 20, maybe 25. 29 seems like a lot, especially since I would bet that is the same-ish formula to the Milani ones. The Milani ones are really good. If I'm anti-hauling here, that would be on my anti-haul list for sure. So far, pretty much everything's on my like wish list. This is the thing in the video that I am unbelievably excited, was totally surprised by, had no idea. Benefit launched this whole line of boxed blushes. Do you recall a few months ago, it might have been in my blush declutter collection video, I can link if you want to see. I think that was the video where I mentioned, man, like I wish I'd kept all of my Benefit blushes. I miss them so much. They like didn't exist. They had like a couple. Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 8 different shades? I want all of them. I want them all. So this one called Willa it looks like it's sold out right now, but it's like a beautiful like lighter pink, which is really popular right now. So that one's sold out. But it looks like they've made the pan bigger. So it's probably thinner, but it's a little bit bigger. So again, it's easy to swirl your brush into, which is always what I wished with the old box blushes. Do I have my Dallas here? That's my old Benefit one that I've loved for years. Anyway, there's like 6 shades that I want. I want them all. They're beautiful. I don't know what it is. And I'm wondering, the original ones had this nice smell. Like each one of the blushes had a certain smell, right? So by the way, these are also $29. Shelly looks really pretty. It's like a deeper peach. Peachin' is like a golden peach. It's like, guys, there's way more shades than what I just named. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, and they sell mini sizes for $17. Jeez, $17. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. I'm so excited. So I'm trying to find out if they have that like smell, which I like. I don't think everyone would like, but I do. Okay, yeah. This person says love the scent too, so I have to assume these are scented, but I am over the moon. Over the freaking moon about this. So this I don't understand. Let me actually pull it up in the app. This is from Ilia, and it's a sunscreen. First of all, it's $64 freaking. It's their C Beyond Triple Serum SPF 40. Vitamin C, niacinamide, allantoin, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It says it's an innovative 3-in-1 serum sunscreen with vitamin C, mineral, SPF 40, niacinamide in a waterless base for visibly brighter skin rapidly and over time. How do we use it? Shake very well. Dispense onto fingertips or apply directly to face, patting lightly and smoothing. Do not rub formula between palms or fingertips before applying. This will cause pilling. Nope, I instantly would nope right on out of this. I mean, there's so many really good SPFs out there. I just feel like anything that's gonna be that difficult to work with isn't worth it, especially when you're paying that much. Like, you should not have any difficulty working with it. And I'm sure it has to do with certain ingredients in it. Okay. But I'm just saying, that's a lot of money for something that you're like, oh, but don't apply it this way. You gotta do it. It's gotta be just so, you know? I just don't understand looking at the packaging. Is it a stick or does it squirt out of that? Okay. When I looked at this, I think it squirts out. I thought it was like a stick, like that you rub on. I'm like, what? So that was more why it was on my Untitled list, but now there's other reasons now that it's on my Untitled list. So I don't know. Maybe it's totally awesome. If you've tried it, let me know. Maybe I'll be putting my foot in my mouth. I like the idea that it is an SPF that also has some good skincare, but I feel like, again, a lot of brands are doing that, so I don't know. Tarte, and this might not be super new, but I think it is. It's their Sea Breezy Cream Cheek Duo. I know they had the bronzers in this line, and I've still been dying to try them. I just haven't done it. I haven't bought them and done it. So this is their Pink Sands one. It's $35 and you get both. I really want to try it. Since I've been wanting to try the bronzer anyway, I'm like, this is kind of the perfect way to get that and a blush. Sounds like it would be perfect for travel, which is always nice when you can consolidate. Just saying. There's a lot of cream bronzers that are launching. Okay, this is the LYS Beauty No Limits Cream Bronzer and Contour Stick. $19. I love that LYS always has, like, they are in that price range that I feel like a lot of drugstore prices are almost there, and this is like a higher end-ish brand that has a good price point. At least a little more reasonable, I should say that. I like a lot from this brand, so I'm going to try this. It looks like the shades I would get. The lighter shades are sold out, so I either maybe need to buy it on the LYS site. We'll see. But yeah, that one's definitely on the list because I love a cream bronzer, baby. Who doesn't? Kosas also launched their Hot Liner Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Liner. Again, it's one of those brands, Kosas, I like a lot from. I don't like everything from, and I'm still mad at the reformulation of the freaking 10-second eyeshadow things. But beyond that, I like a lot from the brand. By the way, I've gotten a lot of questions about the Kosas foundation. This one, I really like it. I might, since I've been filming a lot more at home, at least just right now while we have a young baby, I might bring this home because I'll use it more there. And I miss it at home, like I miss it. It's their, well, what shade do I have? It's their Revealer Foundation B12 is the shade I have. Anyway, so their Kosas lip liner, I'm tempted. I'm not like in dire need of lip liner, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna buy it or not, but I am tempted. Like, I could see myself buying it. This is beautiful. This is the Fenty Toasted Swirl Bronze Shimmer Powder. There's 2 shades. It's $42. First of all, the packaging is stunning. It looks like marble with like, please. They knew what we wanted and they gave it to us. It is so pretty. I love a good swirly product. It makes me think of the Hourglass Ambient Powders. I don't know. Oh, the reviews. There's only 4 reviews. It only has 3 stars. I mean, it's a new product. Who knows? That could balance out later. But it's on my, like, keep an eye on it list. Like, it would live in my heart. So I'm not going to buy it right this second. But I have my eye on it. I'll tell you that. Tarte has their Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I love a tubing mascara because especially in the summertime, it's like the only kind that doesn't end up, like flaking. But you know how like you'll like blink and when you're sweating, it'll like kind of get everywhere? Tubing mascara doesn't do that. And so I've told my mom a million times, I'm like, Mom, that's what you need. Because she's always like, oh, it always smudges, all mascara. I'm like, Mom, you need a tubing mascara. Like that is the answer. I have still been searching for an actual great tubing mascara from the drugstore. I haven't found one. I did buy one I heard someone talking about on Instagram from Hamish. And that's cheaper. And I think I bought it on Amazon. So I'm gonna test that out because that's as close to like drugstore prices as I found, and I'm hoping it's actually a tubing mascara because a lot of the ones I've tried aren't. Like everyone says they are, and I'm like, no, they're not. Anyway, so I don't know that I might consider trying it just because I do like tube mascaras, $24. Maybe, we'll see. I'm not like dying to try it right this second though. The Anastasia Nouveau palette. Now, in fairness, I was gonna say, I feel like no one's talking about it. Maybe people are. I haven't been on Instagram a ton the past few weeks. So $55. I do appreciate, I feel like Anastasia has pulled back on like their launches. So now it feels exciting when a new launch comes out. I feel like they like listened. And so now I'm like, ooh, because they haven't been launching palettes maybe they haven't, I just haven't heard. I don't know. This one looks interesting though. I don't know if I would use enough of the colors to make me like feel like I have to have it, but there are a few colors in there that are beautiful and I really like the Anastasia formula. So this one's not really on my like, it's not sitting in my cart just yet, but it does look interesting. Okay, the YSL New Lip and Cheek Balmy Tint. I don't know why it's called it NU. What is it about it that... Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was ingredients in it that... What is the NU? What is that? This is on my anti-haul list only because for $26, again, it's a lip and cheek tint. Every brand makes them. Do you really need the YSL one? I'm not so sure. However, I will say, I feel like YSL usually charges way more, so $26 is kind of weirdly like low for them. So, I don't know. I would bet if I had it, I would like it. but it's not something I need to have. I just feel like you can get that for $5. You know, there's way too many good ones out there. Ordinary has this multi-peptide lash and brow serum. You guys know, pre-pregnancy, I was using the Grande one, the brow and lash, and I swear by that stuff. That stuff is amazing. I would love to save money though, because that stuff is like $70 a pop. Oh my gosh. So this is one $14.50 I would consider trying, and I wonder if I can use it right now. So I'll have to look into it, but that's one that I'm genuinely thinking about. Okay, Makeup by Mario has their Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So it's described as like, you can use it for like all over your face to warm things up. You can also use it as like an actual bronzer. So I think it would kind of depend on the shade you get. I don't know. I feel like a lot of brands are launching this kind of thing where it's like a blurring balm that, you know, depending on the color you get, you can put it everywhere, you can put it in certain places. And the idea of it is interesting enough, and it's something new, which is exciting, but I just don't know how often something like that, for me and the way I do my makeup, I just don't know how much that would get used. So that one's kind of, I'm interested in it, but I'm not like dying to, you know, I don't know. Okay, Lady Gaga, her line House Labs, which I feel like they launch things, I never really hear about it, but I tried stuff years ago when she first launched. I tried some of her glosses. I was just very underwhelmed. I don't know if a lot has changed, maybe. She has one of the, I mean, there's a few launches. The one I took a screenshot of is the Le Monster lip crayon lipstick. It looks pretty, but again, I don't know. I'm just, as many of us are, kind of tired of celebrity lines, and I actually really like Lady Gaga, and I just felt, I guess my thing is I felt so underwhelmed by the initial launches that I'm very hesitant to buy anything else from the brand. So I'm just not super hyped about anything they're launching. So I think that's everything. I don't want to let you go. Actually, the reason they're here, we're kind of, it doesn't really matter, but I need to go out there and chat with them for a little bit to plan something, which is very exciting, but I hope you enjoyed. What else? We have a Disney trip coming up in a few weeks, and we are so freaking excited. And if you saw our couples Q&A we did last week, I can link it. Boy, you guys asked some like questions. It was so fun. That's actually a video I'm making live today, the day I'm filming this. Anyway, and we kind of talk about that, but it was a good video. If you haven't seen it and you want something to watch next, definitely check that one out, because you guys asked some really juicy questions, some good ones, but it was kind of fun to film, and it was a fun way to like spend time with Tyler. Like, it was really fun just filming with him and chatting. No, cute. Can you guys see him? No. He is literally behind the actual, not a pillow, he's behind the couch cushion. He has pulled it out. Anyone else's dogs do that? He's so funny. We had all of my family over, like 30 something people at our house yesterday. It was so much fun, but it is so exhausting, and there's so much to clean, like so much work. So we got some of it clean before we came to the workspace today, but I know when we go back, that's what we're facing down. We've got to finish cleaning. I'm like, oh gosh, just burn the place down. I don't want to do it. Anyway, all right, I'll stop talking, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch more of my anti-haul wish list, just chatty videos, chatting about new makeup, I'll link my playlist, because I do these once a month-ish, kind of depending on the launches and if there's enough to chat about. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.